Well, hey there, lovely people. It's Bev Jessup here, and today I want to share something a little deep with you. So, I have had a really full week, and I've been supporting someone um, in a psychiatric hospital with severe depression, as well as running my own business, as well as prepping for the 5-day challenge, Creative Calm Challenge. If you haven't signed up, I've left the link in the description. So that's coming up this month as well. And in the middle of all this, God taught me something really important this week. Something that started small, but grew into something far bigger than I could ever imagine. And it made me think about this verse in Matthew 11, verse 28, that says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And not only did he give me rest, he gave me inspiration. So if you are looking for inspiration and you're looking Welcome to Creativity Released. This is the podcast that helps you unlock your creativity, grow in confidence, and even turn your passion into a business. Hi, I'm Bev Jessup, and I believe that everyone has creativity inside of them, even if you think you can't draw a stick man. Here we'll break through creative blocks and explore how faith and creativity work together and discover practical tools to help you monetize your creative genius. So grab your journal, paintbrush, or just an open heart, and let's release your creativity together. Okay, so I want to start off with something that I needed to create yesterday. So I sat down and I wanted to create a handout. And if I'm being really honest, I didn't really want to create this handout. It was my first ever creative wellbeing workshop that I was going to do in a local library. And it was a mixed media session. And honestly, I just thought I'll turn up and just wing it. Okay, I'll just turn up and just go with the flow. Have you ever felt like that, where you just think, it'll be all right. I'll just go with the flow. I won't prepare anything, no handouts, nothing. But I felt God say to me, no, I want you to give them your best. Just because they're not paying that much doesn't mean you shouldn't give them the best. Okay. And he really stopped me in my tracks. And I thought, yeah, I realized that I was treating it like another job, like a task. But God wanted me to use it as something sacred. He wanted me to show up with intention, with excellence, with that love that he has for his people. And he really loves his people. I mean, let's face it, he died on the cross for them. So that's how much he loves them. So, and it made me think of that verse where it says in Colossians 3, verse 23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. So I created this beautiful handout and tried to make it thoughtful. I wanted to give it step-by-step instructions. And as I did that, something shifted in me. I was no longer doing this in my own strength. And I tell you, because it's been quite a hard day with supporting someone with mental health, it's really draining. But I was walking in his strength and I was walking in his alignment. And what it made me see is that I was putting God first. He was the CEO of my business. Okay. And you know what? When you put God as your CEO, everything changes. There's peace, there's clarity, and there's purpose. And when we do things in our own strength, it often feels a bit kind of rushed and anyhow, anything will do, a bit messy, really. But when we ask him, invite him in, and truly surrender to him, he breathes life into the work of our hands. And as he says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will Proverbs 16 verse 3. So once I'd made that decision to give my best, a new idea popped into my head. And it was like, what if I could do this every month? A monthly mixed media art journaling workshop on the last Sunday of each month. What if I could do that? And at first, I thought, this sounds a bit much. I've got to fit in my other job, and I've got to fit in doing the membership, and I've got to fit in all these other things and family. I've got a teenager who's going through his final years doing his A-levels in a crucial year before going to university. I need to be there for him because he's get stressed. Like, how am I going to do this all? Because it sounds a lot. But as I leaned in, the vision began to grow.
Hey there, if you're loving this episode and want to take your creativity further, let me share some of my favourite tools that make business easy for creatives like you. Canva, the best tool, and I use it every day for creating beautiful designs, social media, graphics, and even book covers without needing to be a designer. Try it with using my affiliate link in the show notes. Easy Peasy funnels. Want to build a website, a sales funnel, grow your email list, and sell your goods and services easily, all in one platform, and you can even sell courses and things like that. This is my go-to platform for getting things done fast. Check out my affiliate link below to get started. And Buzzsprout. Are you thinking of launching your own podcast? I use Buzzsprout to make podcasting simple, and you can too. Sign up using my link for exclusive perks. Back to the episode.
Okay, so I want to talk about ChatGPT. Okay, now some of you might think, what's that got to do with all this? God, as a CEO. Well, I turned to ChatGPT, and one of my friends calls a ChatGPT chatty, and shout out to Jen there. And I said, could you help me with some themes for each month of the year? This is what I've created so far. So I copied and pasted my idea, my page, and then I said, can you create me some other themes that I could do for each month? And Chatty responded with beautiful, creative ideas. I adjusted them here and there, I refined them, and I wanted it to make sure that they knew exactly what they were getting, what they'd create and what they'd walk away with. So I had to kind of make sure that he knew that or she knew that. And, I use Chat as like my smart little assistant who helps me take my vision and give it structure. And sometimes I do need to redirect to it, but it does it straight away. I don't have to wait for someone to give me some ideas. So it made me think of that verse in Proverbs 20, verse 18. Plans are established by seeking advice. So if you wage war, obtain guidance. If you're thinking of doing something hard, ask for some advice. You don't have to do this alone. There are some smart people, and now we've got AI. Use it. You can get some ideas. So I know some people are skeptical about AI, but for me, it's just a tool. And you can still bring your heart, you can bring your stories, you can bring your discernment, your prayers, you can bring everything into it and say, well, now this is my voice, this is how I talk. And, see it as a gift. Okay, see it that you can use it wisely and you can use it creatively as well.
Just a quick pause. I've got something lovely to share with you. Starting on April the 21st, I'm running a free 5-day Creative Calm Challenge, and I'd love for you to be part of it. If you've been feeling a bit stretched, tired, or creatively blocked, this gentle challenge will help you, or just designed to help you breathe, reset, and reconnect with yourself. I mean, what really truly matters. And each day you'll get a short video or audio, a creative journaling prompt, and a chance to reflect in a supportive group off social media, so it is calm, cozy and distraction free. No art experience is needed, just a notebook, an open heart and a few minutes a day to slow down and create. You can sign up at www.creativesoulspace.com/5 days. It's completely free and I think you're going to love it. All right, let's get back to the episode.
Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you, actually, my presentation, so you can see on the screen what it looks like to create the handout. So this is a handout that people are going to be getting. Hopefully you can all see that. Make it a bit bigger. There you are. Okay, so this was all created inside Canva. And so I've got the materials that I'm going to use, why I've created it, a few quotes, and then a step-by-step guide, something from space for them to sketch their ideas and all the steps that they need to create their piece of art. But I've also shared with them that I'm the intention of doing a workshop. And this isn't a one-off thing. This is going to be something I'm going to do every month. And once I put that down on there, I thought, oh, well, I've now got to create a page, christianartjournaling.com/events. So I went into Easy Peasy Funnels, opened my website page, added a page, and this is what I came up with. So if you go to christianartjournaling.com/events, events, you will see the page I created yesterday. And it tells you about what to expect and all the upcoming dates and themes and what they're going to get out of each thing and how they're going to create it. But also, can you see I've got here a checkout? Now, you could click on a few of them randomly and it'll all add up to whatever the summary is. If I've added up, I've got a 3 bundle as well. Maybe I don't want that 3 bundles, so I'll take that off. And you can see that it's all there, and people can pay by PayPal, pay later, add their Visa or whatever, and book their thing. And it says here places are limited to 12. Now what I do need to do is create an email sequence for all this, and again I can do that inside Easy Peasy. So I've left the link in the show notes if you want to use my Easy Peasy link free for 14 days and try it out. So why am I sharing this to you? Because what it says is that you have a bigger picture. Okay, the funnel that I've just created, as I told you, that I'd created inside Easy Peasy, which is my favorite tool for building pages, and I created that workshop funnel. I designed a clean, beautiful event page. I set up the checkout with all the options. Even they could buy 3 and get a discount and all that sort of thing. And then, I created a thank you page that goes after that once they bought that. So, okay, I've got to do the email sequence, but that vision was born. All this came from one little workshop that I said yes to, one handout, and one nudge from God. Okay. So think about the verse that comes from Zechariah 4 verse 10. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work done. So you might think, oh, it's just a small thing. What can I do with that? But any small thing can turn into a big thing. Like yesterday, I was actually co-working with someone, and she's a retired GP, and she wants a functional medicine course, and she wants to create a mini course on her experience. I think it's to do with diabetes. I can't remember exactly, but I said, yeah, I can help you do that, because if you start small and you create a mini course, then eventually you can create a bigger course. But if I said to her, go and create a big course, she would find that all too overwhelming. So by just doing something small and slowly building it up, she can eventually have lots of mini courses, or she can have one big course. But it builds your confidence from starting small. So the takeaway I want you to get is just to say, anyone who's watching this, is that if God is prompting you to do something small, don't dismiss it. Your little yes could be a seed to something bigger. And when you put him first, when you ask him to guide your imagination, your tools, your timing, he makes the way. Okay. Even when you haven't figured out all the details yet. I mean, I haven't even asked these people, can I do it in your venue? I think I've spoken to them once, but I'm not giving them details at all. And I've stepped out in faith, I've created the page so I can go and tell them about it. But I know that I just trust that God has got it all covered. And remember in Proverbs 3 verse 5-6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Okay, I haven't even asked the venue, as I said, about these next few dates, but I'm confident that it'll work out. I'm confident that God, he gave me the vision, and he will make a way. So my encouragement to you today is, let God be your CEO. Start with what's in your hands. Be faithful with that little mustard seed, and let him grow it. Okay. And if this speaks to you, I'd love for you to join the 5-day Creative Calm Challenge. It's free. It's really soul nourishing, and it will be just what you know. So I can't wait to see you inside that challenge.
If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. I'm on a mission to reach as many people as possible who need to find their creativity, to find their purpose and reduce their anxiety. By subscribing and leaving a review, you're helping the algorithm share this message with more people, and I truly, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Want to take your creativity to the next level? Download my free Abundance Planner, designed to help you dream big, plan boldly, and step into your creative calling. Grab your copy now at ChristianArtJournaling.com/freebie-joyful. That's ChristianArtJournaling.com/freebie-joyful. Or check the show notes. Let's stay connected, and I'll see you in the next episode of Creativity Released.
Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Have a lovely weekend.